So I'm here with Gabe, who topped the locals at this place about last week, I think, right?
Yeah, last Friday.
Card Addicts. There was just a fire over there, so it was a little delayed, you know. But now we're here. His card didn't explode because it was parked right in front of the fire, and we're gonna see what deck he's running. So, Gabe, what deck are you running?
So during the tournament, and currently I play Virtual World. I was originally starting off with Virtual World Punk, but the Punks I kept breaking with them, so I just took that out entirely and then replaced it with DP package instead.
All right, so let's see it.
So virtual cards standard: 3 Lulu, 3 Gigi, 3 Lily, 3 Lao, and then 2 Nyan Nyan. You don't want to play more than 2 Nyan Nyan because, in fact, you can only play one. You can just play one, especially since Desires got hit. And now, like with this build, you wouldn't have any room to play Desires because you can hit any important piece in the deck. So that's it for the virtual monsters. No Tao Tao. When it comes to spells, you have Qinglong, triple Qinglong, triple Kowloon, standard again as usual. And then for traps, I only play 2 Shusha and 1 Zhuanwu. It's essentially just pure standard virtual world build. So nothing too different, I guess you can say. The difference from this deck and other decks is what I play next. I guess you could say that. Not really though. First off, since it was originally a Punk build as well, I have the Halki engine here. So then once you get in Halki, especially some of the Despot from the deck or hand, I believe, if I remember correctly. Then once you get to the Aurora Dawn, you get the Colt Wing, unless you draw it, which would absolutely cuck you. For generic spells, I play 3 E-Telly, especially since now it's unlimited. You want to get something out, especially if you don't draw into Qinglong or a Kowloon, and you don't want to waste your normal summon. So this is extremely helpful for this deck. Fusion Destiny or DP package. So the Celestial, the Scuffed Dasher, and the extremely Scuffed Fusion Destiny, which absolutely did not get wet.
Before.
Yep. So I only play one because I just don't have a second one, and I feel like if you play an extra one, you're just gonna brick.
Yep.
Especially if you only run 1 DP. Next are just some cards that definitely could help this deck a bit. So 1 Foolish Burial Goods. Get the Qinglong or Zhuanwu out, or possibly Shusha if you want to increase or increase the level of your monsters or decrease. Upstart Goblin gets you that +1, obviously called by. Some people use this as side deck. I use this just to fill it in, and it comes in pretty clutch most of the time. And then Cancerous Floodgate, Summon Limit, came out pretty helpful against Based for 1 duel. After that, I just never was able to summon. Actually, I used it while playing against Grand Maju, so it was pretty helpful. And then I have the Scythe as well. I forgot to mention that.
Of course.
Yeah, the Scythe, which I don't play Dagda, by the way, so I just have to hard draw this and then hit it with DP once I get it out. Lastly, hand traps. I don't run too many in this deck. All I just play is, in the main deck, I just play 3 Ghost Ogre and 2 Ash Blossom.
Yep.
Mainly because I want to keep this deck consistent, and then if I play way too many, I'll just get hit. It's not going to help me at all. It happened during my first game against Based, which is the reason why I lost that first match. Extra deck, Halki and Aurora Dawn for as I mentioned earlier, the Halki combo. You wouldn't normally see this in a Virtual World deck, but since I originally started off with Virtual World Punk, it is you play it. You could or could not play it. I just decided to carry it over because it helped the consistency, and it made my boards much stronger. When it comes to synchros, I play 1 Juju, 1 Ultimaya, 1 Crystal Wing, 1 Shen. I'm too poor, so I can't afford Baron, so I just use a Sword Soul Changying, just cause, and it helps with the deck too because you banish a lot with this deck, so it gains the additional 100 and your opponent's monsters lose 100. Cupid Pitch also related to the Halki and Neurodon combo, as well as the Herald of the Arclight. Stardust Charge Warrior. If you play Virtual World or any synchro, you will see this a lot. The Barlow Savage, also with the Halki. And then when it comes to XCs, I just play Fan, Gaia Thunder, or Gaia Dragon, and then Zeus. And last but not least, the DP. So this is my extra deck. Onto side deck, that's where I pretty much keep all the other hand traps, I guess. So I just play 3 Lantia, 2 Nibs. I don't want to play 3 Nib, probably because I just don't have a 3rd Nib. Triple Ray Geki, because I'm just like that. 2 Forbidden Chalice, because I'm too poor for Forbidden Droplets. 3 Imperm, 1 Royal Decree, and 1 Gozen Match. So yeah, essentially with this deck you just want to go first, and then if you side in any of those cards, you just want to try to floodgate your opponent as much as possible. Which could be said about any deck, but then crazy stuff, yeah, man. Especially on our way here with the biker gang.
Yep, of course.
But yeah, that's pretty much my build for the deck. It's pretty standard.
What place did you get again?
I got 2nd.
Oh, okay, good job. So that was Gabe's Virtual World. This is Jonathan speaking, and that's all from us today.